be talking about triangles, also known as trigonometry. All trigonometry is the relationship between acute angles of a triangle and the lengths of the sides of the triangles. To find these lines, there are special formulas for each angle and line. For example,
the formulas for trigonometry are sine, cosine, and tan. Sine is the angle of hypotenuse.
dang it,
Or opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is the angle of adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is the angle of opposite over adjacent, meaning sine of the angle with the opposite and the hypotenuse. Cosine of an angle using adjacent and hypotenuse, and tangent of an angle using opposite and adjacent.
we're talking about triangles.
When trying to figure out what line and angles you're going to use, the hypotenuse is always going to be directly across from the 90-degree angle, and the opposite is always going to be directly across from whatever angle you're trying to find. So in this case, angle A. The adjacent is always the line directly next to our angle A.
Our goal is to find out exactly how tall I am by using my shadow and the length from my head to my shadow's head.
This is Erica.
And this is her shadow.
Emily.
X is the height of Erica, and 110 is the distance from the top of her head and the top of the shadow's head. The angle between her head and the hypotenuse is 50 degrees. In this equation, X stands for Erica's height, and 110 is the distance from the top of her head and the top of the shadow's head. The angle between her head is 50 degrees. So that means that it's adjacent over hypotenuse, so remember that's cosine. And so cosine of 50 equals 110, x over 110. So you go cos of 50, and that equals 0.64. Then you times that by 110, and you get 70.7, and you round that up to 71. So x equals 71 inches. So that means that Erica is 71 inches tall.
Figure out the length of my shadow. We're going to use tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. Tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. X is opposite and 71 inches is adjacent. Wait, what am I?
So to figure this out on a calculator, you would press tan of 50, the angle, and that equals 1.19. You round that up to 1.2. So then you times that by 71, and you get 84.
And again, tangent of 50 degrees equals 1.2. 1.2 times 71 is 84.6. That means the opposite, x, my shadow, is 84.6. Okay, so this is the math that we did to get the length of me. We used cosine. This is the math that we used to get my shadow. We used tangent. All in all, using trigonometry, we figured out both the length of me and my shadow. Trigonometry, just remember the basics. Sine, cosine, and tangent. Wham! An easy way to remember that is SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. An easy way to remember that is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. So I hope you understand how to do trigonometry. Trigonometry! The end.
I messed up.
That was on a roll.
Emily!
Example.